Okay, first things first. If you see any of these photos that any of these type photos that have been uploaded to a fallen profile, we need to mark them as non-military and save them to general photos. They can still be flagged to show up on the profile, but they need to be marked as non-military so they don't show up in our latest photos. It's just the way it is. So if we could do that when you upload them, just make sure that you mark them as non-military. All right. Let's see if we can figure out a couple of these here. This photo, it's wonderful. However, for our purposes, it is too big. So what we're going to do here is crop it. With these proportions. You move it down to where this line is through the bridge of his nose. That gives you the correct proportions so that it will show up correctly in our roll of honor and his face will show on his page. Let's do another one here. And if you find one like this, where you know that our little square is going to chop him off about right there, you have to put it into a frame. And one of the things that this one has, it's a little too yellow. So what you do with that is do auto photo color correction. See if it's about right. That's a little better. Then you would put it in the frame. Now to put a photo in a frame requires that you open the frame, drag it and drop it, go to layers, put the frame on top. Come on, thank you. Click the photo, and then you take the corners and get it to where it's almost to the white. Get it as centered as possible. Do a save as, and you can save it as a JPG if you have it named one thing and you would like to name it another. Remember who it's for. Save, and then you upload it to his page, centering our little square at the top and at the bottom of this white line here. All right, let's try another one. This one is also got color issues. Color correction. Oh, that's even worse. Let's do it back to undo it. Enhanced, adjust color, hue and saturation. This one's got way too much red in it. See if we can balance it out just a little bit. That's better. Not perfect, but it's better. And since his photo is completely out of focus and we don't want to enlarge it or do anything to it, see what happens. Grab the photo and drag the corner. That way his out of focus photo doesn't look quite so bad. And then you would save it. Let's try a couple more. This one, well, one of the things it's got going for it is it's really smoky. So let's try haze removal. Yeah, don't like the looks of that. So let's try color correction. That's a little better. And that's the correct proportions, but what you do is grab the corner, push it up, and the idea is to put that on his eyes, get a little bit of his chest, a little bit above the helmet, and save. And that one you would be able to load directly to his page as is. Now, this one. This one's got a couple issues. And see all these little tiny dots here? The dot there, dot there, dot there, dot there. They especially show up on black uniforms. We have a filter. Noise, dust and scratches. Wow, magic, they went away. Enhance, color correction, much better. Now with her photo, you can do a heal and see if you can get the blue to blend just a little bit better. Let me increase the size of this so you can see it. And because this side is going to go away, we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, sort of, kind of. And it's a trial and error thing. Okay, that's better than it was. And with hers, her face is so long that it would not fit in our little square. So she would get a frame as well. Do 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 do. And that proportion is about right. So you would save it and load it to her page. What you want is from the top of the head to about chest level is what you want to see in perfect proportions. Alright, let's do that one. That one, the color's a little off. It's a little better, but he's a little yellow. Alright, adjust color. And you can see that right there. It looks like hair on the photo. So you clear that off. Bring it up. Grab the photo again. And this time you would stretch it. But you stretch both corners, opposing corners, to get the proportions right. Save it and load it to a page. Let's try one more. And this one's got a little too much red on it, so let's try auto color correction. Looks a little better. Still looks like a little too much red, so let's try adjust color. Okay, that's a little better. Do a crop. And you want it right about where the name tag goes. Center it. Bridge of his nose. And crop it. And then you would save it and load it to a page. Alright, one last thing here. If you would like to help us keep ahead of our Lest We Forgets and fix their photos, you can do so. Lest We Forget is found here daily. It shows everyone who died that day in battle. And we have them going all the way back to the Revolution. So it's kind of an important part of what we do. So if you click that, you'll see we have a few on Navy today. Let me go here. Very nice old photo from 1941. And what I normally do, oh shush, out of the way, is I'll grab his name. Open. And do a crop on him. Hang on. And if you didn't know it, Photoshop 2020 has this wonderful little tool here. It's called Colorize Photo. It may take a while. So what I normally do when trying to do those is I look at the photo and the profile, see if there's anything there that shouldn't be. And that didn't colorize quite right because it's gray. So you cancel it, but you would, let's try convert to black and white. Sometimes that works. Enhance, colorize photo. While that is doing that, let me show you how to search for tomorrow's list we forget. Deceased day fallen. Tomorrow is the 6th October. Click profile view. That way you can see the photos. Oh Lord. Let's do just fallen. Alright, there's one to fix. And if you're on Navy and you happen to find a corpsman, chances are he's also listed on Marines. So if you have access to all sites, they would have to be added to both. No, that still didn't do quite right, so we'll leave him as is. Enhance, colorize photo. If you want it to RBG, yes, just say yes. Look at the photo, make sure it's correct. And it's taken a little bit. And he comes up colorized, which is a wonderful thing. Click OK. And his proportions are good. So save as. You can save it as a JPG, which is what you loaded it as. I do both for some strange reason. I change it to a PNG. Delete that. Upload photo. Right, you silly thing. Well, you see it's there. This site's just not showing it. If, when you click delete photo from service photo, it shows up here as military, please mark the original as non-military and save it to general photos, or you can save it to one of his units. It really doesn't matter, just as long as it doesn't show up on as a duplicate on his profile. See, there it is. All right, back to our search. And that is a civilian photo. That doesn't go there. Edit. General photos. Non-military. That's one I'll have to look into. But you get the idea. You would crop it to make sure it's just from the top of his head to his chest. And if it blows up out of proportion when you upload it, put it in a frame so that the photo remains clear. And you can do that every day. This one has a service photo, had a service photo loaded. But it is something that's really important for us to do to make sure that our Roll of Honor, which in case you haven't seen it, looks like this. Each service branch has a Roll of Honor, and all of our fallen have photos. So we want to make sure that all the photos are of the same quality, the same size as we can get them anyway, and look the best that we can get them. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to walk you through this step by step.